Hello, squirrels and hedgehogs. It's Miss Hocking here, and welcome back. It's Monday, and it's time for our English learning today. Now, before we get started on today's lesson, something very important to say. Happy Monday to you. It's going to be an awesome week. We've got 1 week left until our half term when you all get that well-deserved rest that we've all been working towards. So well done. You've done so well so far. We're 5 weeks into a 6-week term, and I'm so proud of everything you have achieved. So well done. That's not just to the children, that's to the grown-ups too. Massive well done. Before we crack on then, what did we do last week? What did we do last week? I want you to pause the video now and tell your grown-up. Welcome back. Now, last week we were looking at our non-fiction and our fiction texts, all about Neil Armstrong, and we also did lots of research about Neil Armstrong and about what we can learn about him. Now, you also made your fact files of loads of different facts all about Neil Armstrong. We're going to be using them later in the week for our non-chronological reports that we write. But today we're going to be learning something very super interesting, and it's all about beginning to understand the role of conjunctions. Okay, we're going to be learning about the conjunction and today. Now, I need you to be aim high mountain goats today, because this is a really tricky concept, but I know you are definitely able to conquer this one. So we're going to be learning about how we can use our grammar toolkit to improve our sentences, and this over here is our glue gun, and our glue gun sticks two things together just like glue. So let's have a little recap. We were thinking about sentences and questions last week, but what is this? Jessica ran to the shop. Is it a statement or is it a question? Tell your grown up now. You're right, it is a statement. We know that because it's got all of the ingredients for a statement. A capital letter, it's got finger spaces, and it's got a full stop, and it makes sense. Jessica ran to the shop. Yes, it does make sense. It is a statement because it is a sentence. So today we're going to learn a new name for statements. We're going to be calling them clauses. Okay, clauses. Now, not like this kind of clause. Ha ha ha. It's a different type of clause, but if you want to, you can remember the name clause by thinking of Santa Claus. Now, a clause is a sentence that has a subject and a verb. That is very, very important. A subject and a verb. Now, a subject just means what or who. So it needs to have something or someone. So in our sentence, Jessica ran to the shop. Who is the subject? It's someone or something. Yes, we've got Jessica. She is the subject. Lovely. And we need to have a verb. Now I'm going to just rub this out. I'm going to put it in a different colour so that you can see the difference. What is our verb? Remember, a verb is a doing word normally. It's a having or a feeling word too, but today it is a doing word. What is Jessica doing? Jessica ran to the shop. Is she shop? No, she's not. She ran to the shop. So she is running. So that is our verb for this sentence. Now, a clause is a sentence that has a subject and a verb, as we know. So let's have a little look under here. Now, this is a trick for you. I want you to see if you have absorbed what the previous slide said. So tell your grown-up, what is the subject and what is the verb in this sentence? Pause now, tell your grown-up. Welcome back. Now, we said that Jessica was the subject and ran was the verb. Well done if you got that right. And what was that special name for a sentence that we're using today? It's clause. Yes, Santa Claus, or clause like this. Okay, so sometimes we can link together two independent, that means sentences on their own, two independent sentences or clauses to write one longer extended sentence. So we've got two sentences here. Jessica ran to the shop. There's a full stop there, so we know the sentence has finished. She bought a chocolate bar. So in our second sentence, the subject is she and the verb is bought. So that's what she did. But we're no longer thinking about whether it is a clause because we know that these are two independent sentences, two independent clauses. Now we're going to use conjunctions To write extended sentences, this word over here, conjunctions. Now I want you to have a go at saying that word. I say conjunctions. You say, good job. We say conjunctions. Fantastic. Now let's find out what the conjunction and does. I'm going to be using our conjunctions to glue. Remember that. So we've got Jessica ran to the shop. She bought a chocolate bar. Here she is running. And this is the chocolate bar that she bought. Oh, delicious dairy milk. Now, Jessica is going to be using her glue gun to stick the sentence together. No, not Jessica, us. We're going to use our glue gun to stick the two sentences together. So let's make Jessica a bit smaller so we can squeeze it in. So Jessica ran to the shop. She bought a chocolate bar. And we're going to use and to glue these sentences together. Look, Jessica ran to the shop and she bought a chocolate bar. Oh my goodness, look at what we've done here. Wow, we've made a super long sentence by using the word and. Now let's go back and see exactly how we did that. So we've taken Jessica ran to the shop, she bought a chocolate bar, and we've put and in the middle. Oh no, it doesn't look right, does it? Jessica ran to the shop and she bought a chocolate bar. But what is still in here that makes it tricky? Tell your grown-up, what do I need to do? Well done. There is a full stop here. So we need to get rid of that full stop. Okay, now let's see if it makes sense. Jessica ran to the shop and she bought a chocolate bar. Oh, that looks pretty good to me. Oh no, there's one more thing that we need to do. We need to cross out that capital letter and we need to do a lowercase s. Now let's see if it works now. Jessica ran to the shop and she bought a chocolate bar. Excellent. Now it is so important that we can still see our two sentences, even though we have got our conjunction in there. So our first sentence, Jessica ran to the shop, and our second sentence, she bought a chocolate bar, still make sense. And we have used our conjunction and to really make this sentence super special. Look how long it is now just by adding in that conjunction of and. Wow. And here is the full sentence. That is so impressive, and I want to see some of that in your writing. Now let's have a look here at this, because you need to remember something very, very important. Remember, the two sentences need to exist as a single sentence on their own. So here is a sentence, Jessica bought a chocolate bar and a banana. But this time, and has not been used as a conjunction. Now I'm going to tell you why. Jessica bought a chocolate bar could be a sentence if we put a full stop in. And now let's take away the conjunction. Let's have a look whether the other part of this sentence could be a sentence on its own. A banana. Well, maybe it needs a capital letter. So I've got a capital letter, I've got a finger space, I've got a full stop. So is this a sentence? So you're grown up. A banana. Now check back to your sentence success criteria from last week. What does a sentence need to have? It needs to have a capital letter. It needs to have a finger space or some finger spaces. And it needs to have a full stop. And what is the last thing? Oh my goodness. It needs to make order, to make sense in the order that it goes in. So does a banana make sense? A banana. No, it doesn't, because it doesn't have the key ingredients for our sentence. It doesn't make sense. So this cannot be a conjunction. Let's rub this out. Let's put this back. A banana. And let's put this back. Because a banana on its own is not a sentence. So this is a different type of use of and that we will learn about at a different point in the year. However, this is not a conjunction. So what I need you to do when you are working on your work today is have a little check sometimes, take the and out and make sure that both parts of your sentence could be a sentence on their own. Okay, so I've got a challenge for you now. How can we link these two sentences together? We've got a lovely lady under here. Oh, look, we all recognise her. Who is she? It's Mrs. Sweeney. And we've got a lovely lady under here. Who's that? It's Miss Warrener. Now, these are the other Year 1 teachers that we have that teach us other than myself. Now, let's move this so we can see Miss Warrener's sentence. Now, we've got a sentence here about a Mrs. Sweeney. Mrs. Sweeney loves Smarties, and that is a true sentence. If you ever want to make Mrs. Sweeney smile, she loves Smarties. And Miss Warrener loves cake, and she likes baking too. So if you ever want to make Miss Warrener smile, bring her some cake. She loves that. So, Mrs. Sweeney loves Smarties. This is my sentence. And Miss Warrener loves cake. Now, what could we do to join the sentences together? Using the conjunction and. What could we do? Pause the video now. Tell you're grown up. That's absolutely right. We need to put our conjunction in the middle of these sentences. So let's have a go. Sorry, I'm not sure why that flipped. So let's have a go. We've got Mrs. Sweeney and her Smarties. Yum, 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 yum. And we've got Miss Warrener and her cake. Yum, 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 yum. And we need to put our two sentences together. So we've got Mrs. Sweeney loves Smarties. Miss Warrener loves cake. And here is our conjunction and. There we go. So I've put it down here and now I have finished. So now I can go and eat some Smarties and cake. Is that right? No, it's not right. Tell your grown up, what have I done wrong? Yes, well done. If you spotted that, I have accidentally left my full stop in the middle of the sentence. We don't want that. Okay, it's all finished now. Is it all finished? Now, normally we would cross out the beginning sentence, the beginning letter of our sentence, because we don't normally have capital letters in the middle of our sentences. But what's very special about these capital letters in the middle of our sentence? Tell your grown up. They are for a name. Well done. So if we start our sentence with the name Miss Warrener or Mrs. Sweeney, if they were the other way around, it can still work and we don't need to cross out this M to make it a lowercase m. It can stay as it is. So what I could do then, I could swap around my sentences and it would still make sense. Miss Warrener loves cake and Mrs. Sweeney loves Smarties. That makes sense. Or we could swap it back to what it was, which was Mrs. Sweeney loves Smarties and Miss Warrener loves cake. Okay, so your task today then. What I want you to do first of all is go and collect some fun items from around your house and put them all on your table together, okay? So I've got a big pile of toys here. In school, we're using things that are really exciting and that can be used using exciting and interesting adjectives. Like fluffy parrot, we know the name of that, it's Percy, or a green dinosaur, okay? So interesting things, because if you want to extend your child, you can use challenge them by using an adjective to describe the item, okay? Then I want you to experiment by writing two sentences about different items and combining them with the clauses with the conjunction and. Okay, then you're going to write your sentences out again and highlight where you've used and as a conjunction. Very important. So let's have a look at that on the next page. So I've written a sentence here about this dinosaur. It says there is a green dinosaur. And it says there is a happy robot. Where's my green dinosaur? Point to it. And where's my happy robot? Yes, I've got my green dinosaur here and my happy robot here. And I'm going to join my sentences using and, okay? So first of all, you will write your first sentence. Then you will write your next sentence. Now remember, you can still write them on the same line because they are two different sentences. They don't need to go on different lines. And every single time we start a new sentence, we do not need to put it on a new line, okay? So let me make my page a bit bigger. Let me put this to the back. Now we can see our sentences. There is a green dinosaur and there is a happy robot, okay? Oh, I've added in my and clause by accident. I can't read it there, so let's do that again. There is a green dinosaur. There is a happy robot. Then, on a separate line, you will then add in our and conjunction, okay? It can't go in there, so let's put it into our next sentence. there is a green dinosaur, and there is a happy robot. There we go. So you have written your sentence like that. Let me get rid of this and. Because I've already got my and here. And what I then want you to do is highlight. Now we went over what highlighting means last week. Highlight where you have used your and clause, or you can colour it in, or you can write it in a different colour. Okay. If you want to really extend yourself, I want you to really be aim high mountain goats, really challenge yourself, try and describe using an adjective. So there is a green dinosaur, there is a happy robot, okay? Not just there is a dinosaur and there is a robot. Now that is your work for today. I cannot wait to see what you've been up to. I'd love to see some of the toys with your sentences as well. Now take care everybody and have a lovely, lovely day. Bye.